Please, highlight. Come on, get the energy going.
When all the world is a hopeless jumble and the raindrops tumble all around.
Good. We lost a couple onion skins, so add a few more onion skins to your lift notes so we can keep those.
When all the world is a hopeless jumble and the raindrops tumble all around.
Good. Yes, much better. Okay, do it
I'm
again.
going to try to direct.
When, can we make that note a little bit higher, Lise? When, baritones, don't let them wake you too.
One more time.
Can I hear your first chord before you start singing the when?
It must have been good there.
Okay, what I'm hearing, what I hear, it's not just overtones, but when you get the chord to lock, you hear the sine wave. You feel the sound go wah 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 wah. That's locking. That means you've taken your pitch, which is this sine wave, and matched it with your pitch, which is this sine wave, and the tenor pitch, which is this sine wave. Okay? And when those sine waves hit, meaning the sound wave hits the same spot, that makes an overtone. Okay? And that's a good thing. See, when you, where's the thing? Sound does this. Right? And this is the pitch. Okay? And lower sounds do big waves and higher sounds do little waves. Right? And leads and varies, you're kind of in the middle here. Okay? These spots where they hit are overtones.
Thank you for that visual.
Yeah.
Okay? Those are overtones. That means that's where everybody's sound hits the same frequency. And that's what makes the overtones. And when you hear, just on the pitch up, the sound go wah, 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 wah. Those are all the times the frequency is hitting together. That's what we're looking for.
I never knew that.
Yeah, I didn't know.
I always thought it was up here somewhere.
Well, when you do that strong enough, this pitch, I mean this is a pitch here. When you do it strong enough, this is the pitch you're going to hear. Okay, and that's the overtone. And when you're really good, you'll have more than one overtone. You'll have 2 or 3. Okay, that's rich tones. That's melodiers. That's North Metro. They can do that consistently. Okay, but you know we'll take one.
Yeah.
But when you just pitch and you feel that, that means you're in the right frequency to make that happen. Okay, and our goal is to make that happen in every chord of the song. Okay, let's see if we can at least make it on the chords that we land on at the end of the phrase. That's the first step. Okay, but that pitch was awesome. Do it again.
When all the world is a hopeless jumble and the raindrops tumble all around, heaven opens a magic lane. When
lullaby and cut the volume in half and think of what the word means. Lullaby. Lullaby.
Yeah.
What's a lullaby?
Yeah.
It's a totally right brain thing. You gotta go there sometimes. I admit I'm a left brain person. I was a math major. I deal with numbers and information every day. It suits me, but you know, every once in a while you gotta go right brain to make it work right here. Okay, that's a right brain spot. I know I'm totally throwing you out of your comfort zone because you're working on what notes I have to sing higher, which is a very left brain thing. But when you get the lullaby, it's gotta go right brain. You gotta sing to that baby in your arms. Okay? Okay, start it again at the chorus. That was really good. The chorus, okay.
Somewhere.
Just a little. Okay. Can you tell me where it's happening? Look at your paper and tell me where it's happening. Nope, it's happening before that.
Dreams that. Can I get back up to the top of somewhere? 35?
Is it the Barrett or
39.
It's 29 somewhere, going up to somewhere.
Maybe the lullaby since we're going through. These are on dinner.
Okay, it's happening in measure 24. Now this is my prediction. We can prove, we need to prove whether I'm right or not, but I vote that it's happening in 24 because you got through way up really well and you go, oh thank God, that one went okay. Way up high, gets comfortable, and then there's okay, land that I heard of once. You lose a little bit on once. And we need to fix that word. It's not once, it's once. What did I do different? I gave a little more air in the vowel, so it actually has a vowel instead of going from the w to the ns. One, it's not once.
And we have too many.
Once. It has a little
We'll fix
vowel.
those later.
So I predict some of it's happening in 27 on Inalala. I didn't hear it happening in 32, but I bet you it's happening in 33. So let's go back and fix, and we'll find it. We're going to sing 21 through 24 and blow the pitch and see if we've lost it there.
So we're singing somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, and stopping.
Let me hear your first chord. Nice lift, tenors. Really pretty.
I see some really down faces. Please lift them. Let's try that again.
What's your vowel?
How do you spell that? U-H.
Okay, you say UH, but I get ta. UH isn't that wide. That's a hear in the chord. It's the vowel. It's not the note itself. Okay, so make it sa with a smile. Instead of going south, sa, make it go north, sa. Okay, and that'll help the pitch too. So do it again. Give us the pitch. That one. Yeah, let me hear your first chord. Do it again, blow the pitch. Leads match that on some. You're not all quite there yet. Blow it again. Keep it blowing.
Land on it from up here.
There it is.
That high.
There it is. So that okay. There's a quarter step that we're losing right there. How many times did you hit that note, Leeds?
A lot. These are like A flats. I feel like we're singing E flat above high C. I mean, it feels that high to me. Can I sing tenor in the quartet? So it's a placement issue.
Yes. Yes. Full head tone.
All skate. First note.
Yeah. Okay.
Save and keep going on. Here we go.
Okay, go back again to somewhere and we'll add another 4 measures.
2, once in a lullaby.
Yeah, I'll stand up and interrupt you. I think it happened in land that I heard of. Why do I think that? I don't know why I think that. Let me hear leads and basses. There's a land that I heard of. Let me hear your first note.
Leads and basses.
Okay, start there.
Keep going.
Baritones with that. Baritones. There's a land that I heard. Yeah, that'll keep them. Yep. Okay, let me hear the baritones. There. That's your first note, right? Right. There's a land that I heard of once in a yes, good. And that I heard. One of those notes I wanted higher. Do that again, baritones.
Where do you want us to start?
There's a land.
25.
There's a. I'm sorry. There's a land that I heard of once. Oh, oh. Can you make on the high side? Some of you got there and some of you didn't. There's a land that I heard of once in a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. We're trying to aim for that C to be higher. There's a land that I heard of once in a Liz, you know you're taking over the baritone part on lullaby? Here's the baritone plan that I heard of once in a lullaby part. Lullaby. That's the baritone part. That's why it annoys me. Because you're not singing it as high as the baritones are. So when you get to lullaby leads, it needs to be higher, not as loud, not as weighty. Weighty is the word I was looking for. Not that heavy. Okay? You have to sing baritone there. Okay, let me have those two parts again. First note, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Yeah, that fits it. Okay, 4 parts. There's a. Let me hear your first chord. First chord. I want you to tune to the tenor.
All right, tune to those 3 tenors.
Tenors, you don't have to be louder. Just let them tune to you. Okay, now what does that mean to you when I tell you to tune to the tenor? Do you have a clue? No, they're not. They're on 3. But they're singing 3 on the high side to create the overtones. And I want this chord to be on the high side. I want it to have that ping. So I want you to tune your chord. Instead of making the tenors come down to where you think do is, I want you to put do in a place so that the tenor 3 is correct. Let me say that again. I don't want you to make the tenors tune 3 to your do. I want you to tune do to the tenors 3 so that they're correct, because they are correct. And that's a spot where we're losing a little pitch. So I want do to come up to the overtones. Let's see what happens. You may or may not be able to do that, but let's give it a shot. So let me hear theirs. Yeah, there's the right chord. And let me hear there's a. That's a nice funky
What am I
go.
hearing? The baritones and basses right there.
Yep. And the tenor's flat to add tension to it. That's a barbershop 7 right there.
That's pretty.
Do that again.
First note. Second. Oh, that's pretty. Land?
Yes, yes. And basses notice that the baritones are singing the A on theirs, and then you're coming up to that A on A. There's a, you're singing the same note. So it has to sound like the same note from here to here. So you got to come up to wherever the baritones were, basses, on because the baritones are moving up a step.
That's pretty. Let's
And
do that again.
then land resolves it into a major chord. So let's hear there's a land. That's what those chords are meant to do.
That was really, really cool.
Tension, more tension, resolve. You feel good. And what do you feel good on? The word land. There's a land that I heard of once. That's what she's thinking about. Land. Right brain, part of the arranger, doing the left brain thing to make it work. Yeah. Okay, do that again. Those were nice chords that we've never heard before. Dreams really do come true. Let me hear your first chord. No. Blow the pitch. Keep blowing. Match that. Yep. That's it. Save that. But it is almost an eighth of a step. So let's go back to leading from your window pane before the chorus.
There's your 13.
There's your 13. Get it in the right space. Get the right energy going. Check your posture. Check your face. Check your attitude.
First note.
Is that a nasty place to start?
Yeah, kind of weird.
Okay, so what's before that? Oh, heck. Go back to the edge. We did the whole intro so good. Let's just do it again. let's keep going and find the ugly parts in the second half of the song, because I do want to touch on these other songs before she gets back. I feel like that's gonna happen. Someday I wish upon a star. All skate.
End of 36.
No,
Right?
watch your music for the lift ones, because there's lots of them in these measures.
Someday I wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds, bluebirds fly.
Okay, blow the pitch. Ooh, that's really close. That's cool. Okay, leads and baritones. I want you to look at measures 41 and 42. Leads, what's your part doing?
Oh, it's puffy.
And baritones, what are you doing? So if you put those two notes together, what you could do is da 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 da, or da 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 da, and that's what it needs to sound like. Which means when you're flip-flopping, you have to match the note that the other part just left, and then go back to where you left. That's not easy to do. So you have to get in your brain, okay, which one am I lifting? The bottom one. Da, 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 da. Oh, both of those. Da, 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 that's it. Da, 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 da. Lead, you gotta come up on 7. That's a really high one. Okay, so when you're singing that part, pay attention to the heavy note syndrome in those two measures, because it's going to come into play. And every time you flip back to the lower note's the one I'm concerned about, because every time you go down in the note, you're pushing down on a note, okay, instead of using it as a step back to the upper note. Da, 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 da. Yes, ma'am.
Are we singing too heavy?
No, it's just that it doesn't quite match. You're not quite hitting the note the other part left, and what we're getting is mush. It's sort of in tune. We sort of know what the chord sounds like, but it's not in focus. I don't know how else to describe it. It's not focused. So we need you to make your note that you're hitting a smaller target. At the moment, it's a big target. And some of you are here, and some of you are here, and some of you are here, and then when you swap it, we got big splotches. I need you to narrow it in. Yes, Barb?
Could it be spaced too? 'Cause like, someday I'll, maybe opening more.
Yes, it could be words, and your jaw flapping too much. Good point, Carol.
Okay. Well, and the baritones are puckering the opposite. You know,
Yes.
we're puckering in the 41, we're puckering elbows, midline, the second, and
And it
then,
wouldn't break my heart if you puckered everything.
okay,
That
that
makes
might
it
work,
easier.
and that might work better, because maybe that's what we're doing
It's
wrong.
gonna go by so fast.
Yeah, maybe we're, causing
We're
that
doing 42.
out of sync,
Leads and baritones, can we start, pick up into 37? Because you're doing the same thing
That's the
there.
song.
Yeah.
38's not quite the same, but
Leads and baritones.
Someday I wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, behind
really big pucker note, that's a plus 12, okay? So get it as close to that A flat as you can without making it a different note, okay? I really need you to take a huge step between that and where in 43.
42 into 43?
Yes. Okay, make that really big. Now something splatted. It was a vowel. Where was
Was it
it?
top?
Shoot,
'Cause I have
somewhere in the bottom of the page. No, day I wish upon a star. The jaws were flapping. And Barb had a good point there. The key to 37. Someday I'll wish upon a star instead of someday I'll wish upon a star. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me. Let your tongue do the work instead of your jaw. Okay? The tongue's a lot more flexible than the jaw. Okay? And baritones, that goes to you, for you too. Day I wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me. Yeah, you got such a fun part in there. Okay? Yeah, that was pretty good tip.
You could really hear that time where it's just raising the very.
Let's have 4 parts from pick up into 37. Someday I'll wish upon a star.
Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, behind me.
Okay, leads, we're losing it on hind me. 39. You're under the pitch on hind me, behind. And those are all pucker notes, so I need you to be even higher. Okay? That's where we're losing our 1/8 of a step. Up to there was really good.
Someday.
Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, behind me.
Better. Keep going.
Where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me.
Ooh, so close. Okay, so close. So that's where it's happening.
That's where it is.
Behind me, behind me. Where?
Where?
39, 43 is where it's happening. And that really cool chord that you added in 44, that whole chord is a pucker, so keep that going. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing again. Start a pick up into 37 and keep going to the end. Oh my God, we're at the end.
I'm sorry, Sprout. Sorry if you started to hear it.